Your club, TS Galaxy, haven't had a great start to this season. Number 15, 3 matches, all losses. Are you worried? Are you panicking?
No, I'm not worried. I'm not panicking. I'm sure you'd attest to that. Yes, it is a faulty start, to be honest, and yes, it's a very difficult league, such that a faulty start of this sort, would cause concerns all round. Supporters, people looking at the game, whatever the case may be. So yeah, that's the situation. But you know what? I always look at the composition of our squad. I always look at the composition of our technical team, and I have not one doubt that we have assembled a very good team, a team that should punch high up into the top 8 bracket. And you obviously have to look at how those matches were lost, how we played, and so forth and so on. And in our case, I think in those games we created enough opportunities to score more than our opponents. We were beaten by an odd goal on 3 occasions. Had we taken our chances, obviously, and scored 2, we could have won all 3 anyway. So yeah, but then we didn't in those 3 games, and then that makes it easy for our team of analysts to look into that, and our coaching team, and try to rectify that. I'm sure in the next matches we'll start now hitting the net, and then from there it will be upon us, to see how high we could rise.
You had a nice, decent off-season preparations. You had FC Augsburg coming to Nelspruit to Mbombela and playing against those kind of players. And now the league starting with 3 losses. Do you think you had enough in terms of preparations of season?
Yes, in all honesty, you couldn't have asked for any more preseason time. Remember, after our top 8 match, then we took a break. We had another month, before the start of the season, so a month and a half or something like that. Yeah, because the match was on the 4th, then we played our first game on the 16th of the next month. So there was more than enough time. Obviously, the stop-start was quite a disturbance of sorts, such that it became difficult to plan the program. But generally, from the start, we had a very, very decent off-season, with the opportunity to play a younger SC, FC Augsburg, Mbabane Swallows, those are clubs in the Champions League, these 2 African clubs. And then, of course, FC Augsburg coming out from the German Bundesliga, I'm sure you would have watched and seen the game. And you thought, when you looked at it, you thought we represented the country very, very well, and we have what it takes, So, yeah, the start, it is what it is. It is what it has become. But then I don't think it's a clear definition of our path this season. Things will change. We have seen, I think, if I recall, in 2006 to 06 to 07 season, if I'm not mistaken, or 05-06, in the first 5 games, Orlando Pirates were rock bottom of the league table or log table. And some years during the start of Pitso Mosimane's tenure at Sundowns, was rock bottom of the log table, and things tend, things do change. As long as you can detect where the mistakes or the mishappenings could have been, and you correct those, things are bound to change. So I'm sure we are not an exception to that rule.
Have you spoken to your coach?
We speak every day. I speak every day.
What does it say?
It depends. So we speak about the whole number of matters, and so far as this situation is concerned, to be honest, he is also not concerned. He knows that it will turn. He sees the players every day, he sees them in training. I also do. And we know the composition of our squad, so he's okay where he's at. Obviously, he wants that turnaround point to arrive sooner rather than later. That's all he wishes for. So ultimately, he doesn't obviously play. On the day when players don't convert the chances and all that, it becomes exactly what is beyond his control as a coach. He can give them all the tactics and everything. At the end of the day, is upon the players. But we do have a very, very decent squad, in my view, and he also knows that as much, and that's why probably he's not as concerned.